Jelani Day's mother still can't believe that her son is never coming home. I recently joined her on a key stop on her quest for answers, Peru, Illinois, the place where her son's body was found.
Even though it's been a year, it feels like this stuff just happened.
On the outside, Carmen Bolden Day appears to be strong and unrelenting. But deep down, Jelani Day's mother tells me her heart breaks daily because she still doesn't know what happened to her son.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome to Visible Truth Media, and I'm your host, 30 God. Today we have an episode about a man named Jelani Day. This episode is pretty much about what happened because nothing has been solved pretty much. The way that he died, they said he was actually drowned, and then his mother stated that he actually knew how to swim, and his death was not ruled a suicide. We're gonna jump straight into it, man, but before we do, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, hit that notification bell. This is what we do, man. New details have come in the light of Jelani Day death investigation, confirming rumors and filling in gaps. A review of emails by the Pentagraph has shown Jelani Day was a student from Danville studying speech language pathology at Illinois State University when he was reported missing from Bloomington in late August 2021. The next day, his car was found an hour north of the campus in Peru. His body was pulled from Illinois River near Peru on September 4th, 2021, and confirmation of his identity was released to the public on September 23rd of that year. His cause of death was later determined to be drowning, but the manner of his death remains unknown. Through the Freedom of Information Act, the Pentagraph requested all emails containing Day's name that were sent to him from LaSalle County officials from October 2021 to August 2022. The 460 pages of documents give a fragmented view of how the investigation into Day's disappearance and death continued into the months after calls for justice were chanted in the streets. Day's family continues to strive for justice in the case, insisting that he was murdered. Everybody knows Jelani didn't do this stuff to himself. The police know he didn't do this to himself. His mother, Carmen Bolden Day, said, an email thread included in the released documents contains a long list of questions submitted by a news organization along with several answers, many of which have never been confirmed or released to the public. Among the information obtained by LaSalle County, the Pentagraph found details about the circumstances under which Day's belongings were found, including his car, his wallet, his phone, and his clothes. His car was found by a high school student on his way to work at the Illinois Valley and YMCA. His wallet was found by a person searching for their lost drone. His phone was found along Interstate 74 by a driver who had pulled over to secure a load, and his clothes were found by two ISU students on the bank of the Illinois River. Sarah Raymond, deputy chief for the Peru Police Department, told Pentagraph those emails should have been eradicated from the Pentagraph's FOIA request and not released. The Jelani Day Joint Task Force collectively decided that the information contained in that email not be disseminated, as it's an integral part of our investigation, which is ongoing, she said earlier that month. The Pentagraph is publishing the information because it helps shed light on the background of a case that has attracted significant public interest and concern. In that past year, Day's mother has used every opportunity to call action to her son's investigation and to spread information about her son's case, including the puzzling disbursement of his belongings. She led a march throughout Peru with civil rights leader Rev. Jesse Jackson at her side, pointing out locations in the case. I need you to see for yourselves the area where Jelani's car was found, the area where his clothing was found, and the area where his body was found. The distance between the three. Bolden Day said to the crowd of more than 500 people, none of this stuff adds up. Until now, law enforcement agencies have not publicly disclosed all of the information about Day's belongings. After Day's car was found, police did report finding inside the vehicle clothes he was seen wearing in surveillance video before he went missing. The email thread containing these answers began with Raymond communicating with Special Agent Siobhan Johnson from the FBI field office in Chicago. I'm not sure if we should give everything. Should we do an in-person interview? Let me know what you think, Raymond wrote on March 29th. The next message shows Raymond consulting other law enforcement officials from the Jelani Day Joint Task Force, which includes the LaSalle County Sheriff's Office, the Bloomington, Peru, and LaSalle Police Department's Illinois State Police, and the Illinois Attorney General's Office, FBI Chicago Office, and the FBI's Behavioral Analyst Unit. Peru Police Chief signed off on the answers. I have no problem with it from Peru PD standpoint. But before other agencies chimed in, the chief in Bloomington expressed pause. In an effort to ensure we handle this appropriately, I would prefer we have a conference call to discuss before any decision is made, Chief Jamal Symington wrote. Raymond told the paragraph, the information was never released to the reporter who had sent in the questions. An email to Symington requesting comment on the matter was answered by a Bloomington police spokesperson who told the Pantagraph that all questions should be directed to the Peru police. The Jelani Day case is being investigated by a joint task force. All members are working in complete coordination at all times. All activities taken have been to ensue we do not compromise the investigation in any way, said Brandon Parsley, Bloomington Public Information Officer. Since we are a part of the joint task force, please refer all questions to the direct spokesperson for the task force, Peru PD, as they have been led. No further discussion of the matter was included in the document. The Pantagraph provided an email thread to Bolden Day, who said it shows Bloomington police want to distance themselves from the case. Jamal Symington doesn't want anything put out about this, Bolden Day said. Bloomington messed up from the beginning. Concerning law enforcement's decision not to release the information, Bolden Day said simply, they don't want you to know. After the task force collectively decided to decline sending those answers back to the reporter in March, available information became more limited to the public and already shrouded the case. Email shows Raymond told reporters of the task force to deny interview requests, give a uniform response to inquiries, and tell reporters no information is available. I enlisted to help the FBI for the response. You are all welcome and should use the first paragraph exactly as it states so that everyone is uniform in response. The last part you need to make your own, and there is no additional information currently. The investigation into the death of Jelani remains ongoing. Complex death investigations take time to thoroughly investigate, and the Jelani Day Joint Task Force is employing all available investigative techniques to bring the case to a resolution as soon as possible. The task force continues to solicit tips from the public, and the $10,000 reward for substantial information regarding Day's final hours remain active. Members were encouraged to customize this portion. We will need to decline your request for an interview at this time to protect integrity of this ongoing investigation. There is currently no additional information available for release. LaSalle County emails show the response in action as reporter after reporter was denied any information on the case. When the Pantagraph last obtained LaSalle County's emails in October 2021, rumors were surfacing that Day's phone had been found, but police did not return requests for comment before the story was published. Emails now detail how law enforcement came across to possess the phone nearly a year after his death. In the email that was given under the inquiring reporter, Raymond wrote that police had run the serial number for Day's phone through a law enforcement database and found it had been sold to an Eco ATM on October 13th. Eco ATM operates kiosks where people can sell or recycle smartphones that are often located in major grocery chains. An investigation into this took place and found a male had found the phone on the side of Interstate 74, where he had stopped and strapped down a load. He saw that it was a newer iPhone and it was still all broken, but he thought he could get some money for it. He went straight to the Walmart and sold it for $89 to the Echo ATM. Police contacted the company, which still had the phone, and agreed to send it to law enforcement. Raymond said they turned it over to the FBI for forensic analysis. However, because of the Apple software encryption for the company's newer phones, Day's phone couldn't be broken into without his passcode. Apple is unable to perform an iOS device data extraction as the data typically sought by law enforcement is encrypted, and Apple does not possess the encryption key according to Apple's law enforcement guidelines. Investigators were able to retrieve a partial file system dump, but it did not contain useful information. A few voicemails and no personal pictures or text, Raymond wrote. Until software updates come out to be able to break into the phone, this could take years, Raymond wrote. Day's 2010 white Chrysler 300 was located in Peru on August 26, 2021, tucked into a wooded area near the parking lot for the Illinois Valley YMCA. Appeared there was an attempt to hide the car due to its location, Raymond wrote. A teenager saw it on his walk from LaSalle, Peru Township High School to the YMCA, where he works according to the documents. Anyone who walks the path would have seen the car and knew it was out of place, Raymond wrote. The student reported it to the YMCA front desk and then was taken into police custody. Bolden Day told the Pantagraph the student had actually seen the car on August 25th, but he didn't think to tell anyone initially. When it was still there the next day, he told his supervisor. When the car was analyzed by police, they noted the license plate had been removed but not ripped off, and it was never located. A lost drone led a young man to find the date, Raymond wrote, but her description did not include a date and location or where the wallet was found. His drone had GPS, and when he couldn't find it, he called his mother. They tracked the drone, and while looking for it, they found the wallet, Raymond wrote. His father recognized the name on Day's ID, and after an internet search, he called police to report what he had found. Bolden Day said this conflicts with information police had previously given her. She said Peru police told her during the initial investigation that someone reported seeing her son walk down a residential street and throw his wallet, but they changed it to this boy who lost his drone, she said. Day's clothing has been a significant source for scrutiny in the case from his family as well as observers on social media. The hat and t-shirt he was seen wearing the day before he was reported missing were found in his car, but his shorts, socks, and shoes were found 3.5 weeks later on the bank of the Illinois River. 2 ISU students found the clothing the day before dental records confirmed the identity of Day's remains, and 2 days before that was announced to the public. The email confirms these students found his clothing, but no further detail is included. Day's family has said those students told police that they went searching for clues in the LaSalle, Peru area, and after they found his clothes, they retained attorneys and did not speak with the police. It has been years since Jelani Day's body was identified, but the unanswered questions still weigh on the case. His mother says she's seen surveillance video recorded at ISU that showed Day walking with people on campus. But in her email, Raymond wrote, no one spoke to him the day or came forward to say they had. Video shows him looking on his phone, but there's absolutely no way to tell if he is texting or browsing. The FBI is still offering a $10,000 reward for substantial information regarding Day's final hours, but with no evidence that anyone has come forward and law enforcement shutting down any inquiries, the case appears to be in danger of fading from public's attention. Our fear is that the general public feel that the authorities are still being silent or ignoring the case, she wrote. Bolden Day questioned the police investigation. They are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They haven't done the things that could possibly find what happened to Jelani. Why are they stalling? Why are they covering things up? But she pledged not to allow her son to fade. I'm not going to let it slip out of people's minds, she said. I just need everybody to continue to help me because we're going to find out what happened to him. So does this sound fishy to y'all? Because it sounds fishy to me. I highly doubt that this is something where some street justice, you know what I'm saying? Like some street business is going down with this man's death. This man was doing everything that he needed to do in his life. He was in school. For something like this to happen, I don't know, man. I mean, still today in 2023, no new information is really being given out. The case is still not solved. So my job here is just to keep this shit, we'll keep this circulating and keep this information going, and hopefully it'll spread light and just keep his name alive and keep the case alive, pretty much. Just get more people talking about it. So make sure y'all share what's going on here. None of this stuff making sense at all. None of it. And his mother, she's so strong. She's so strong, doing what she need to do. Staying on top of the police department, staying on top of all these investigators. But I'm telling you right now, would this case have been solved if this man was of a different ethnicity? Maybe. Looks like a big cover up, but who am I, man? Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. And make sure y'all share this video so we can keep this stuff going, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Peace. Oh, you're still here? Well, since you're still here, I want to give you guys a special thanks for supporting the channel and to let you know that we appreciate you, because without you, we wouldn't have made it this far. I also want to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, hit that notification bell because it really helps us stay within the algorithm for YouTube. And don't forget to check out our Instagram page. Our Instagram page is used for when story updates come and we don't have to make a long video about it. You can just stay up to date on certain stories. From there, you can stay up to date on what we do and news that we cover and posts that we make. If you like the hoodies that I'm wearing, you can go to our website and purchase them. We got all sizes, up to 3XL, and we got plenty of colors for females and males. If you have a story that you want us to cover, go ahead and email us at visibletruthmedia@gmail.com, or you can DM us on Instagram and we'll jump right on it. It's time to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. Peace.